Hello everyone, and welcome back to our sessions. Today we'll be continuing and winding up with the topic of percentage. Yesterday we did go through a lot of basics, and today we will be solving a couple of questions more based on these basics. And there goes the first question. If 45% of a certain number is 990, then find the value of 54% of that number. So there is a certain number that is mentioned here, but the number is not given to us. So let's assume it as x. So 45% of that number or 45% of x is 990. So 45% can be represented as 45 by 100 because from the definition of percentage, anything which has a denominator of 100 will be called as percentage or percent. So x is equal to 990. Okay. So we will have to find out 54% of x. So if you shift the values of 45 by 100, it will become multiplied by 100 by 45. So that will give you the value of x. Yeah, so quickly tell me the value of x. See, this is where your divisibility test actually comes into picture. 5 can divide all these three numbers, so check out which two you want to divide, either 100 by 45 or 990 and 45 you want to divide. Again, if you use divisibility test, it'll make sense to you which one to use.
2200.
Wonderful. So yes, it is 2200. So they've asked 54% of 2200. So when we talk 54%, so it is 54 by 100 into 2200. So it's a direct calculation of 54 into 22. So what's the answer?
1188.
Wonderful. So is this question clear with both of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Well done. Okay. So fine, moving to the next question. The ratio of the monthly salaries of A in December 2004 and January 2005 was 3 and a half is to 4 and a half. Okay. Find the percentage increase in his salary. Okay, so in December 2004 it was 3 by 5, and in Jan 2005, that is a very next month or the next year, they gave an increment of 4 and a half. So
Ma'am,
we
then take the formula of total increase by initial value into 100.
Very
That,
correct, but directly you cannot do it because first you have to take it into ratios. This entire
okay.
given is ratios, so you'll have to convert it into complete numerical ratios or individual numbers you're supposed to get on both sides of the ratios.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So how do you do that? It is first given as mixed fraction 3 by 5. So how do you convert it? Multiply this with the denominator and add the value of numerator. Denominator.
18,
Yes. Go ahead.
correct, ma'am. Sorry. 18 by 5,
Correct.
9 plus 9 by 2.
Correct. 4 into 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Okay, so your denominator remains the same. Multiply
Ma'am?
with no, the denominator in the final will remain the same. It was 5, it is 5 here. It was 2, it is 2 here.
Yes, ma'am.
So now if you have to convert it into numbers, it is still in fractions, the ratio. You need it in numbers. So
That
how
is what I'm asking. Should we cross multiply it?
yes, you will have to cross multiply it.
Okay, ma'am.
So what
36, 45.
simplify it.
36, 45, ma'am.
If you simplify, you will get it as 4 is to 5.
Huh.
Right. So now you can take 4 is to 5, where 4 is your initial value and 5 is your final value. So final minus initial divided by final. will give you the percentage increase into 100. Come on, it is very simple.
Ma'am, I am stuck here only, ma'am. That I got 36 by 45, right?
Ha
I
ha.
mean, 36 is to 45.
Yes.
Further simplification, how, ma'am?
So
No, I
you,
got 4 by 5. How?
1 second. You have 18 into 2 and you have 9 into 5.
Huh.
Yeah, just a second. Let me correct the ratio sign because it's looking very funny. Okay, so you have 9 and 18. This can be split. You
Hmm.
can cancel out or you can divide the 9 with 18. So 9 twos are. So now what did you get? 2 into 2,
Yes, ma'am.
1 into 5.
Hmm.
So you landed up with 4 is to 5.
Okay, ma'am. Fine, fine. And that answer will be 25.
Good.
5
It is
minus 4.
25 of what? 25 point?
Then no 25, ma'am. Because 5 minus 4 is 1.
Correct.
1 into 100 is 100.
Okay.
100 is 4.
Ah,
So 25 into 4. Ah, correct, ma'am. 25 will get no
correct.
point.
Correct. No point. So
Huh.
25 of what? Chocolates, biscuits, monkeys, donkeys.
Percentage.
Don't forget this.
Okay, ma'am, fine.
Because I will even assume it as cockroaches or even amoeba. 25 amoebas. What will you do?
Go in the marks.
That is what will happen.
Yes, ma'am. I will write percentage.
Because I think you repeated the same mistake in the previous section. I think
Previous
yeah, the answer was 7 centimeters. You mentioned 7. So yes, be careful whenever there are units or whenever there is some symbol to be mentioned. Please
Yes,
take
ma'am.
note of that and mention it. Otherwise, you will lose marks for sure.
Yes, ma'am.
This question or this sum is clear with all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Mehreen, it's fine with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So the next question. So there are three numbers. First and second are 50% and 60% less than the third number. Okay, sorry, it is less than, not less than. Okay, less than the third number respectively. What percentage of the first number is the second number? Okay, so they have given you three numbers. Okay, and let's assume that the third number is 100. You just need a value so you can get a complete number. Otherwise, you will get everything in terms of x. Yeah, even if you take it as x, you can cancel it. Let's try with 100. Let's see what happens. Let's put the value of x as 100. So they have given that the first number is 50% less than that of the third number. That is 100. We have assuming it. So we'll get it as 100 into 1 minus 50%. So this is zero point 0.5. So 1 minus zero point 0.5 is zero point 0.5. 100 into zero point 0.5 is nothing but 50. So if the third number is 100, then the first number is 50, or exactly the half of it. That is what is meant by 50%, half of it. And coming to, yeah, somebody had it out?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So coming to the second number, they have given it as 60% less. Because it is so much percent less, we are using the minus operation here. If it was more, we would have used the addition operation. So yes, 1 minus 60 by 100. Yes, so in this case, the answer is 40.
Yes, ma'am.
You will get it as 3 by 5. So 1 minus 3 by 5. Okay, so this is your second number. Now they have asked the percentage of the first number. Okay, by what percentage of the first number is the second number? For this, you will just have to divide the first with the second, just to get the ratio. So you will know the percentage of it. So it's technically 50 by 40 into 100 because they've asked the percentage. Oh no, I'm so sorry. It's the opposite. By what percentage of the first number is the second number? So you're supposed to take ulta. That is 40 by 50. Yes, 40 by 50 into 100.
80, ma'am.
Correct. 80 what?
80.
Rats.
No.
So it's supposed to be percentage. Do not forget the symbol. I hope this is clear with Mehreen as well.
Yes,
Okay. So fine. The last question under percentage which we'll be solving. So yeah, Ram got 30% in a test and failed by 10 marks. So if the pass marks in the test was 70, find the maximum marks in it. Okay, so they have told he got 30% in a test. So when they say 30%, it is 30% of the total marks. So total marks, you can assume it as M or T or whatever. So he has got 30% of that. He got 30% of this total marks, but still he failed. He failed by how many marks? 10 marks. So this 30 percentage of the total marks plus 10 he would have passed. Correct? No, because he failed by 10 marks and he's got 30%.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and the pass marks is given as 70. So 30% of the total plus, oh, sorry, I've written 100. Okay, plus 10 is supposed to be,
I
uh,
have a doubt.
yeah, tell me.
Now, Ram got 30% in a test and failed by 10 marks only, right? If maximum marks in the test was 70,
Maximum marks, where is it given 70?
sorry, pass marks is in the test is 70. He
Yes.
failed only by 10 marks, no, ma'am. Then 60 will be answer.
30 percentage, yeah, 30 percentage of the total marks is 60, correct. But what have they asked? The marks that he scored? No. Maximum marks from the test. Not what Ram got. In the test which Ram wrote, what was the highest marks that can be given? Or what is
Oh,
his total marks? This M, that is called as maximum marks.
fine, ma'am. Okay, okay.
Right. So this is given as 70. So your end goal is to find out this M. Clear? Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, in this case, so as Sana told, 30% of M is supposed to be 60. So if you want to find out M, just reverse the fraction so and multiply it. So you will get 100 by 30. This is pretty more easier.
200.
It is pretty easy because 30 times of 2 is 60. 2 into 100, it's easily 200. Okay, so don't
60.
have a doubt next time. So the maximum marks that the test in which Ram wrote it had, or the highest marks for that was 200, or the
No,
total
ma'am.
was
I
200.
did some horrible calculations here, so I am getting doubt about it. That's it.
Next time, start stopping that horrible calculation. Try to make it as easy and simpler as possible, because
I
after questions
yeah,
you will not get more time. Remember,
fine, ma'am. Fine, fine.
there's no time for doubts, and there's no time. You may not get additional time to cross check, let
Yes,
alone
ma'am.
cross check. Solving all the questions itself might not be sufficient from the given time.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, so I hope this question is also clear with Mehreen.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So yes, moving on to the next topic, that is simple interest and compound interest. So this, as I told in the previous session, this that application of percentage which deals with the banking aspect or the banking part. So
Yes.
before we move into directly simple and compound interest, there are few terms or few basics that you are supposed to know. So first thing is lender or creditor. The one who is giving the money or who is giving, that person is called as the lender or creditor. You will not hear the word lender, but definitely you will hear the word creditor. And when you will feel happy about creditor, when you see the message from the bank stating that salary credited for this month, or salary credited of rupees so much and so much into your account, that is when
Yes.
you will feel really happy. So, yes, the next thing is borrower. The one who is receiving or the one who is taking the money from the lender or creditor is called as borrower. It is also called as debtor. B is silent, it is not pronounced, so it is debtor. Okay. So, yes, when you have to pay a lot of EMIs or bills, then you will see the message that, so much amount is, uh, you know, debited into so and so for so and so reason. That is when you start feeling sad. That's okay. So the next thing is principal. That is the amount which is borrowed from the lender is called as principal amount. It is denoted by P. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And there is another term called as interest. The extra amount that has to be paid because of borrowing this principal. The extra amount that has to be paid just because you're borrowing this particular amount and you want to use it for a particular period of time. That extra amount what you will pay is called as interest, denoted by I. The next
Yes.
is time period, for how long you want to take this principal amount or the borrowed amount. That is called as time period, that is denoted by N. Certain places it is denoted by T as well. The confusion with T is you will not know sometimes if it is the total or if it is the time period. So to avoid that, a lot of places they use N.
Yes, ma'am.
And the next is rate percent per annum. So this interest what you're supposed to give in terms of percentage for every year that you're going to pay is called as rate percent or the rate. It is calculated per year basis, that is denoted by R. And
Yes.
the last term is amount. Amount is nothing but the total money or the total sum that includes the principal as well as the interest is called as amount. It is denoted by A and it is given by P plus I.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So I hope all these terms are clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so in this case, directly moving on to the formula for simple interest. Simple interest has very basic, just one formula, nothing great to do about it.
That's
So
it.
that is about simple interest. Whereas compound interest, you will have couple of calculations more.
Without me, ma'am.
I didn't hear
I
you.
think yesterday you told one example. I mean, one formula, not example.
Haha.
Is that for compound interest?
Which formula?
R plus R into 100.
R plus.
R by 100 plus R into 100.
Okay, no, that is not for compound interest. That is if that is I told you if a particular commodity is increasing by R percentage, then the
Huh.
reduction in consumption is given by the consumption by what percentage it has reduced. That is
Huh.
R by 100 plus R into 100. No, compound
Okay.
interest formula itself is different. It is P of 1 plus R by 100 to the power of N. So yeah,
Okay, ma'am.
that we will see when we start compound interest. So before
Yes.
that, let's finish up with simple interest today, okay? Because dead easy, hardly you have one formula, one example, and everything else will go by that. So simple
Ma'am.
interest, it is given by PNR. So that is principal into the time period into rate.
Hmm.
You can interchange these terms because it's all multiplication divided by 100.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is one simple formula that you have. There could be problems where simple interest is given and one of these terms are not given. Very simple.
Okay.
First thing is in that case is to multiply the given simple interest into 100. So you will get SI into 100, that is equal to PNR. So rest of the terms will be given. Whichever term you do not know, that you keep it here. Rest of the terms you bring it to the denominator here. So let's say P is a term you do not know. Bring N and R to the denominator, you will get the value of P.
Yes, ma'am.
So similarly for whichever term, okay? So I hope the formula is also fine. And these are the only variations you will get in simple interest.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
only thing that can happen is maximum of giving you huge values, which is a very common thing in exams like GATE. They will literally give you, it will start with 10,000s to some probably, let's say, lakhs together. It will easily go in some tens of lakhs, probably 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, anything could be. Okay, so that is how it happens. And yeah, remember one thing always, these terms should be logical. Even if you're trying to practice by taking, okay, I will take some, it's a simple thing, I can just take up any value. So don't tell, that somebody is borrowing the principal of 500 rupees for 10 years. It doesn't, that logic doesn't work with a rate of interest as 50 percentage. No, that logic doesn't work. Okay, so try to fit into real world logic, otherwise you will just get answers in some very funny or weird values. So think of it logically as well. So right, so if this part is clear, the next thing is taking an example. So
Yes,
let
ma'am.
so let's say that you have to find out the interest to be paid on rupees 1500. So the principal given is 1500. Okay, and the at 9% per annum. So rate that is R is given as 9% for a period of 9 years. Okay, so that is N is 9 years. Okay, though this does not happen, but maybe
Ma'am,
this would have been, yeah, tell me.
135.
What is 135? Simple interest.
Now, huh, 1500
Huh?
into 9 divided by 100. Two zeros will get cancelled. 19 into, sorry, 15 into 9.
Huh?
135.
Makes
Oh,
sense. Okay, fine. Take out then the next variation.
tell ma'am.
I'll tell you. Same values, time period change it to 3.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
fine.
I think it's pretty more easier now.
Yes. 135 into 3 should I do now?
Why 135 into 3?
Ma'am,
Ah, how did you
one
get that 135? It is 1500 into 9 into 9 divided by 100. That is how you got. So from here, you should reduce that, you should divide it by 9. Sorry.
divided by 100, ma'am.
From the total that you got, see the previous 135, what you're talking is the same thing. Instead of
Hmm.
this, it was 9 over here.
Okay.
You agree with me? So now
Yes, ma'am.
this 9 has changed into 3, and the total result was what you got as 135.
Huh.
So directly, if you try dividing 135 by 3,
No, however, two zeros will get cancelled, ma'am.
that is anyway there.
Now 15 into 9
Ah,
into 3. However, same calculation it will get.
15 into 9 into 3, yes. Before you got 15 into 9 into 9. Now
Huh.
you will get 15 into 9 into 3. Agreed.
Then it will be 405.
Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
So fine. Are you guys, is Mehreen also fine with this question, or you have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So yes, the answer is 405. And the previous case, it was 135. Cool.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So for today, we will not start with compound interest, because compound interest, it has one main formula. You have couple of other formulas, just like how we saw in percentage. Like how, if the price increases by R percentage and the reduction in consumption is so much, if the price decreases by so much percentage and the increase in consumption is so much. So like that, you have couple of things more to check out with that. So we will not touch with compound interest completely today, but yes, you guys can take down the formula for compound interest. So the total amount, or CI, that is supposed to be Yeah. So this is supposed to be P of 1 plus R by 100, 1 plus R by 100 to the power of N or to the power of T. Alright, so this is the formula.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is not for compound interest. Why am I confused today? This is for amount, and compound interest is given by amount minus principal amount.
Amount already there is one formula, no, ma'am. Principal plus interest.
Not for compound interest. Because simple interest, yes, this works. Compound interest, your amount is compounded. You will
Okay.
understand once we start taking up problems. When we take up problems for regular compound interest, we will solve
Hmm.
the same with simple interest also. We'll take the same P and R values, and we'll solve
Okay.
with simple interest, and we will see the difference.
Fine, ma'am.
Yes, this amount works. Yes, for simple interest. So, by definition of amount, yes, this is the formula. But if the amount is, or if your interest is actually getting compounded, then it is
Hmm.
different. Basically, if you're lending out money on simple interest basis, you are getting a certain amount of interest. But if you're
Hmm.
giving it out on compound interest basis, you're getting more. Initially, it will start with less, but as time goes by, it will keep getting more
Yes, ma'am.
because it is to the power of n. There, it is not to the power of n.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Fine.
that is what we mean by compounding. It increases, it starts little initially, or it starts as a very small amount initially. But as time goes by, or for longer duration of time, it will take more. So, yes, that is where you have to decide if you are lending money to someone. Do you have to lend it on a simple interest basis or compound interest basis? You will know once you complete this section.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So,
Okay, ma'am. That's
right.
all.
Any doubts? No doubts till here?
No, ma'am.
All right. So that's all for today's session. Thank you so much for joining, and let's meet in the next section.